So it's been a few days since I've made a video. Today I'm just going to show you the greenhouse, give you an update of what we got growing on in here, and I'm going to take you up and show you the cattle panel as well, and maybe another thing or two. That's going to be pretty much it. Just give you a quick run through of what's growing on. So here we go. So we have gingers here coming up. We have 40 that's coming up. These will be planted in our cattle panel greenhouse in about a month. They'll be put in the ground. I like to pre-start them because they actually do better when you do it that way. So that's what those are. These are cat mints. These are going to go around our big garden down below. These attract a lot of bees. They're not catnip, it's cat mint. I don't know if they're edible or not. Maybe they are. They're definitely a mint. They don't spread like mints do. They just make a big bush. They actually are pretty. With really pretty purple flowers on them. These are the cherry tomatoes that'll be going in our cattle panel greenhouse in about 3 or 4 weeks. I am making a video on that you guys will see after I plant them. These are peppers that'll be on in the field. Ours, artichokes, these are the same way. These actually are really delicious and pretty plants. These are extra cherry tomatoes that we have that are doing really well. So yeah, that's where those are. I'll take you over here. Just a spare pump and whatnot. Didn't mean to show that. We got some flowers. I'm not sure what these are. They are calludias, I believe she calls them. Then we have some geraniums, some white ones and red ones, and so on and so forth. We got lavenders. They're looking good. We have geraniums in hangers too. Sun's in my eyes. I don't know if it's in yours. If it is, I'm sorry. We got some red geraniums and white geraniums in hangers. These are pansies. They're looking pretty good. Down underneath here we have rhubarb. Then we have a fair many rhubarbs, and they're starting to come to life, and they're looking really nice. We also have some horseradish that's starting to come up. And asparagus down under here, they're starting to come up. These would be 2-year-old plants. Yeah, 2-year-old plants. We have a fair many of them too. Everything out through there is asparagus. So we go from the lavender to the rosemary, which they look really similar. They look very similar. We have a bunch of mints up here. Peppermint and spearmint and strawberry mints. These here, we have a few of those, and I guess those would be called heliotropes. I guess that's what you'd call them. And then these are, I don't even know how you'd pronounce that. I'm not even going to try to. Persian shield. And then them sun patience. Begonias. Then we have some petunia hangers. Then we have some, let me get you tilted so you can see. We have some other hanging baskets. Combos for full sun. Some zinnias. They're looking good. They actually are looking really good. We got a bunch of marigolds, which we got more marigolds we haven't got out here yet. They're still in the house getting hold. Then we have a bunch of well, I wouldn't say a bunch. We have some other flowers in the house too that we didn't bring out yet. Then we have some dahlias. These actually starting to look good. These here probably wouldn't hurt to prune these again, I would think. I don't know though. That's her thing, not mine. So in the greenhouse here, as you can see, we've been fairly busy. We got a fair bit of stuff growing in here. We have some more hangers up here too. So it's all looking pretty good. In all honesty, I think it's looking good, looking full. And then we just water tanks, so on back that way, which you all have already seen all of that stuff. So that's pretty much all we have in the greenhouse at this point. We do have more stuff going to be in here. We got a bunch more seeds we got to start. We got tomatoes and cucumbers and watermelons and all that crap. We started some of them seeds the other day, and we got a bunch more that we need to start. We open for sales at the end of April. Of course, at that point we'll probably have a few vegetables, but we won't have many. Most of our vegetables we won't have ready until May, because in this area where we are, you can't really put nothing in the garden. You can't put your tomatoes and that in until the end of May anyways. It'll freeze out. Even if they don't freeze, the ground temperature's too cold, you can't grow them. So we try not to have it ready as early as we do our flowers. And the reason we have flowers as early as we do is because people think they need to have flowers before then. So we open 2 weeks before Mother's Day. There's actually already in this area, which for whatever reason, I don't know, that there's already some greenhouses already opened, which I have no idea why, because you cannot grow anything unless you have it in a greenhouse this time of year around here. Our last frost date average is like the middle of May. Mother's Day roughly is the last frost date. Then you still got to let the ground warm up, so you can't grow nothing. But anyways, I digress. In here is our cattle panel greenhouse, and we have a fair bit of stuff coming on in here. We have kales, as you can see, and some spinach, and then lettuce from here back. Yesterday I come in here and weeded. And then we have some onions. They're growing sparsely. There's one there, and then yesterday along that edge right through there, all the way back through, I put in snap pea seeds, which did that for mainly because we like snap peas. And this bed here where the onions are right now is actually where the gingers will be planted. So there'll be onions, gingers, and peas in here, and the peas will actually help feed the weed. They'll help feed with the nitrogen, and it's going to pull nitrogen out of the atmosphere. The peas will pull nitrogen out of the air and feed the other plants that's in there. So it'll feed the onions and the gingers as well. So that's why we put them in there. That, and we love them. So it is what it is. We just like peas. I prefer the English pea, but the snap peas are easier to grow. And then we love lettuce. And in about another probably 2 weeks, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks, we should be able to harvest some of this. And when we harvest that, we'll have some for sale for sure to our local customers. It's fresh salad greens. And our chickens love it as well, and so do we. So that's why we grew so much of that, is mainly because we are planning to sell some of it. So of course we sell a lot of stuff in our garden that we grow. The sun's starting to come out. It's a beautiful day. Yesterday it was nice, but it rained somewhat. I want to show you this here quick too. We hooked our rainwater tank back up. It was full, and I have 2 tanks on the other side of the house, and then the 2 in the greenhouse that we all fill out of this tank. We collect our rainwater off the roof. We have a gutter coming down both sides into the tank. In the wintertime, I usually unhook it don't fill anymore, but I don't drain the tank out. I let the tank full. And I have a garden hose hooked to it, and I keep stuff watered that way through the winter months. Even if it freezes, the tank usually it have to get really cold to freeze that much water. So it don't freeze. The water don't freeze that much. I mean, you'll get the hose will freeze, but it'll fall back out when the sun comes out. And the tank itself, you're not going to freeze it out. It's too big. It's a lot of water to freeze. It would have to be below zero for days before it would ever freeze. I'm going to bring you up in the woods and show you what we got growing up here this time of year. It's not quite ready to harvest here for us, but it's getting there. We have some ramps coming up. They're just starting to poke their head out of the ground. And we have some, they're pretty big patch. Kind of hard to see it in the viewfinder. I'm sure you can see it better in the camera than what I can in the viewfinder. But they're all everywhere. And I have some down through here. Down below this mess of trees. Got some. There's a pretty nice patch right there coming up. But it will be a little while before we can start harvesting from there. We may harvest some greens off of these. We won't harvest any of the bulbs yet. They're still too young. They've been here. If probably the last 3 to 4 years we've had them there, something like that. So I want to let them grow a little bit more before I start harvesting out of that patch. So I think that's about all I wanted to show you all today. Just give you a quick update on what's growing on. Those easy for me to say, right? The cat mints that I showed you in the greenhouse actually came from this plant here, and there's another one back in that corner right there. They grow pretty nice, and you can see they don't spread. This is last year's growth. They don't vine out and take over the world. They just get bigger. They just grow bigger. Let me turn so my face is hitting the sun so you can see me better. There we go. So yeah, I got a fair bit of stuff I need to do, but I did get the sunchokes harvested this past week. If anybody wants any of those, they are on our website, which the link for that will be down below. And we also have raspberry canes, which the link for that is down below as well. Go to Orland store. We have that kind of stuff, and we also have soaps and homemade stuff. Lard-based products. We use lard. We have soap, shampoo, deodorant, a face moisturizer. And it won't be long, it'll be time to start the garden. So we're going to start some lettuce and stuff in the small garden here in a few weeks. Beets, we'll have beets, lettuce, kale, spinach, chard, and cauliflower. In the next 3 to 4 weeks will be all put in this garden here. And we have some tomatoes we're going to put in here, but that won't be till June. And then the big garden down below, we got a lot of stuff to go in it too as well. So keep up to date, like, share, and follow with us. Share with your friends and family. And have a happy Easter.